Hi, I'm Antony I'm 28 years old. I just started my own plumbing business, which is AJC Plumbing.
Start from the finish, was it?
Yeah, a few little bits and bobs.
Yeah, I've got second fixings in the kitchen, plaster's been.
I'm Nigel. I'm owner and managing director of Blue Lightning Electrical Limited. I'm 50 years old next month and I live Normandy near Guildford, and we cover Guildford area as a domestic electrician. My story starts 4 years ago. I got made redundant unexpectedly, and I made a couple of decisions quite early on in the process. One of them I think I made the day I actually got made redundant, and that was I was determined that I wasn't going to be backwards as a result of it. It was going to be a positive experience. The other decision I made was a couple of weeks later, having tried for a couple of weeks to get similar employment and deciding I didn't actually want it anyway. I went for the option of starting my own business. Decided I was going to become an electrician and went on the internet to do some searches to find out how to go about it. Most of the courses that I came up with were courses where you had to be employed in the industry already, and then they supplemented your course, supplemented your training. I came across a company called New Career Skills, and they offered a slightly different approach. What they were saying was you could do distance learning and some practical at your own pace, and that seemed to be a better idea to me. Filled in the form online saying please send me some details, which obviously they sent me a pack of words, and a day or so later, salesman phoned me up, very nice guy, spent about half an hour on the phone. He wasn't the sort of salesman that you get like your advertising agents who will sell you something regardless of what you want you're having it. He actually was quite honest and quite open, and that impressed me. He went through all the do's and don'ts, what I'd get out of the course and what I wouldn't get out of the course, so that I can make a proper decision. Thought about it for a couple of days, discussed it with the family, and then gave him a call and said, can you come back and see me? And signed up for the course. I actually spent a year doing the course. You can do it as fast or as slow as you like. A year suited me. I've got a part-time job which paid a mortgage, and I just trained in my spare time, so that suited me fine. At the end of the course, I immediately started my own business. My accountant advised we go for limited company rather than sole trader. Number of reasons. It costs a bit more to set up and it's a bit harder, but long term was better. So we put all the legal bits in process, and at the end of August 2007, Blue Lightning Electrical Limited became a legal entity, and on the 1st of September I started trading. We're now 3 years on, and I'm pleased to say I'm running a successful business. Also pleased to say I'm paying lots of tax. Now, why would you say paying tax is a good thing? Well, I work on the principle that you have to pay tax. Tax is based on the money you earn. If you pay a lot of tax, you must have a good balance sheet. So I'm quite happy, thank you very much. Was redundancy a bad thing? No, not at all. Actually, for me, it was one of the best things that ever happened. I was determined to be positive at the beginning, and that's where I took it. It was a good thing. Am I glad I'm self-employed rather than employed? Yep. Why would I want to be employed again? As an employee, I work 40, 50, 60 hours a week because I had to. Now I work 40, 50, 60 hours a week because I want to. As an employee, I had a brand new company car. Now I've got a brand new company van. As an employee, I got a miserable company pension, which the company contributed a tiny little bit. Now I've got a very generous pension paid entirely by my company. As an employee, I had 5 weeks holiday. Now I take as much or little as I like. Don't think because you're self-employed you can't have a holiday. This year we've been to the Maldives for a fortnight at the beginning of the year. We had a couple of days off in the summer. Next month I go to Egypt, and Christmas I'll take a week, 10 days off. Why would you want to be employed? You can have the same benefits self-employed. Would I recommend New Career Skills? Well, yeah, I would. I actually have put my money where my mouth is. Last year I sponsored my son Antony to do the plumbing course with New Career Skills. He's now qualified and he's running his own business, AJC Plumbing. Already we've employed each other on jobs. I've been subcontracted by him to do some work on shower pumps and that sort of stuff. He's done work for me, and in actual fact he's upstairs on this very job that we're on today. Have any got any regrets? Just one. I wish I'd done this years ago. If I'd known you could do training while you were working, I would have done it a long time ago.
My dad has just finished, obviously a couple of years ago, his electrician's course down at Nuclear Skills. So he suggested that maybe I do that as well. So he sponsored me the course. So I went down there and done the plumbing course. Just finished that, and like I say, I've just started my own business now. Getting on quite well with it. Obviously getting a lot of work passed from my dad as well. The course itself I found to be very, very handy, because you go down there for a week at a time, do your practical course, and then go away and do all the coursework at home. And then obviously, if you've got any problems when I'm not down at the course, I can just give the guys, the tutors down there, a quick telephone call or an email and say I need help with question 9 or whatever it is. And they're very good at helping me out with that. The good thing about Nuclear Skills as well is when you've actually finished your course and now qualified, there's actually been some occasions where I've come across a job that I've not actually done in practical before, so I've given them a quick call and said, right, I'm on site at the moment, can you help me out? No problems at all, very helpful, just straight away they tell you what you need to do, explain it in quite good detail as well. So I've done that a couple of times now and found that very helpful. Good class sizes down there. You've normally got about 8 to 10 people in a group, which is ample for the tutors to control on a personalised basis, because it's not a big massive class of 30 people where you don't get any individual tuition. So you get a lot of one-to-one help down there. And there's several different tutors down there as well. They all do their week's course at a time, so a lot of sort of personalised individual help that you may need. They've all got the support there for you. Extremely glad that I went to the Nuclear Skill to do the training. Found it very helpful, and like I say, I'm very glad that obviously I've made the change to be self-employed now. So obviously the rewards that I get working for myself are much greater than working for someone else. Especially the success that my dad's had out of his business, he's done really well out of it. So in the future I'm hoping to do as well as what he has on the electrical side, and obviously working in tandem with him and myself, him electrics, me plumbing. I think we'll be a good team together, hopefully.